Shalom family. I hope your day is off to a wonderful start. I just wanted to share with you what I am doing today. I am mixing up some organic fertilizer for my plants. It's plant food. So what I am using is fish fertilizer, and it's to promote vigorous growth in your plants. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I've only used it one time prior, and this stuff really smells. Of course, as the name states, it's fish fertilizer, so it has fish contents in it, and it really is not a great smell. So what you do is you mix this. The directions say take a tablespoon of this. Of course, you have to shake it up very well. And you can use this for plant root health and also for your leaf health. But because this smells so bad, I'm just gonna put it on the root of my plants. And I've been doing some research, and I found that you can also take Epsom salt. And I'm gonna use Epsom salt mixed in my spray bottle of water for the leaf health, for the leaves, to spray down the leaves. But I will use this for the root because this is, like I mentioned, it's not it doesn't smell good at all. So you take a tablespoon of the fish oil substance. It's very like murky and milky looking. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I don't want to spill it. And then you add it into your water. And it's supposed to be a tablespoon per gallon of water for indoor plants and 2 to 3 tablespoons per gallon of water for outdoor plants. These are going to be for the plants on my porch. So I'm just going to use a tablespoon and a half because, as I mentioned, it smells very bad, and yeah, I just don't want to smell up the porch. But as I mentioned also, it is great for your plant health and advanced growing for your plants. So it's supposed to be an organic gem. And it's good for indoor and outdoor plants, and it don't burn your plants. So once you put the content into the water and then shake it up, and then I'm gonna go feed the plants. And then in the meantime, I'm going to take the Epsom salt and add that to my spray bottle. So at the same time, I can feed the roots and also spray down the leaves. There's something about this stuff that my dog be going crazy over. He smells this stuff and he just goes ham. But so I'm gonna do a tablespoon of the Epsom salt. Add that into the spray bottle of water. Epsom salt is really good for your plants as well. You know, if you want the really green, healthy looking foliage, Epsom salt is a good. Also eliminates some of the bugs as well that plants seem to attract. So I'm going to shake that up, and I'll spray the plants down with this, and then I will treat the roots with this. So let's go do this. Okay, I am outside on my back porch, and I have my fish oil solution here, and then my Epsom salt spray solution here. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is take this stick and kind of move around the dirt in the plant, so that way when I do put the solution, it'll absorb in there. You know how sometimes the when you water the plants and once they sit, the dirt can become compressed. So I'm just going to loosen the dirt up so that way it can drain easily to the root system of the plant. So I'm just going to use this to move the dirt around before putting the solutions in there. I'm really excited about the growth that I'm getting on my plants. As I mentioned, I'm very new to gardening, so I'm learning new stuff every day, and I'm just having a ball doing it. You know, plant a seed and you see it grow, the fruits of your labor is just very rewarding. So as I mentioned, I had put holes at the top here so I can kind of control how much water pours out here. So I'm going to go ahead and put some in my greens. So these are my mustards and collard greens. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them, and trying to really get it at the base of the roots, not so much on the leaves, because as I mentioned, I'm gonna take my other solution to spray the leaves down. You don't have to go out there spending a lot of money on different things like water cans and all of that. You have a juice bottle or water bottle, you can make you a water can. So you can improvise. And that's what I'm finding, and I'm really enjoying, just experimenting with different things. So drop a comment below. Let me know what type of fertilizers and things you're using for your vegetable plants. I'm still learning every day. I'm learning new stuff. So I'm sure I'll learn of better ways or options, you know, to do as well. But for right now, I hear a lot of good thing about this fish oil. But it doesn't have the best of smell, so that's the only thing. So these here are my lettuce. These here are lettuce in here. And the next time I plant lettuce, I have some in different kind of containers, but the next time I do these, I will probably do lettuce in maybe like a 5-gallon grow bag, which I had ordered some grow bags, and yeah, I'm going to start using the grow bags to see how that works. I hear great things about the grow bags versus plastic pots. And these here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me move the lettuce out the way. But on the other side of the lettuce here, I have a big tray which has my mustard and collard greens in it. And I'm going to give that a nice little dose. Okay. And then here I have my tomato plant where we harvest from yesterday, and I am going to give this a good little dose as well. So I've already taken my stick here and kind of turned the dirt up there. So I'm going to give the tomato plant a good little dose of this. The tomatoes love it. Your plants really enjoy, or you can really see the difference when you feed the plants. If they look droopy, you feed them and water them down good. Next thing you know, you come back out the next day and they're very happy, and you can tell because they perk up very well. Okay, so I'm going to get the few plants that I have on this side, which I have 3 additional tomato plants, and I'm going to give them a little dose. So this is my Cherokee purple tomato, and as you can see, it's a little droopy right now. It's a tad droopy, but we do have a tomato coming on. So once I give them a shot of this fish oil, tomorrow it should perk up. And then this here is also a tomato plant, and the first time I've planted in a grow bag. So this is actually inside of a grow bag. And I'm going to give that a little dose. So yeah, this stuff really makes your plants happy. You see them perk up after they receive a dose of this stuff. And then back here, I have some additional collards in some containers. Let me just move this one, and you can see the collards here. So I have 2 trays of collards here, and then a tray of peas. And as I mentioned, I don't know if you can see my grand dog, But anytime I spray this stuff or he smells it, he goes crazy. He comes out here and want to sniff all over the plants and things. So he's down here sniffing around because he smells that fish oil. So yeah, I'm going to give them a dose as well. So today, if you're just joining us, today is feeding day, and I am giving my plants a dose of some fish oil food, giving them some nutrients. It is good for plant growth. It is also organic. So we're only dealing with organic products here in our garden. We haven't gotten any harvest yet off of any of the vegetables. Only the tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes we've harvested twice, but a lot of the things that we have now are soon going to be ready for harvest. But I know with the cherry tomatoes, you can taste the difference. It tastes totally different from what you buy in the store. So that lets me know that the store brands are filled with a lot of chemicals and pesticides and things of that nature. And even if you wash them, it does not taste the same. Okay, so I fed all of the plants on the left side. So now I'm over here at my salad bar. So I have all my arugula, lettuce, bok choy, green peppers, and things like that over here. So I had to go make another batch. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys a dose. So today is feeding day. Drop a comment below and let me know what are some of your favorite fertilizers to feed your plants. What are you using out there? Because I'm always looking for ideas. Like I said, I'm very new to this. It only started at the tail end of the summer, in August planting, and always learning and growing. So I am focusing on the roots, not really the foliage. I have another solution that I'll be spraying on the foliage of the plants. And as I mentioned, I just took an empty water bottle and put some holes at the top so I can control the amount of water that's coming out and where it's going. So it's not coming out too quickly and going all over the place. And this works well. You don't need to spend money on a water can. This just works just as good. So I'm curious to hear about some of your tips and tricks. Okay. So here, I've done the salad bar. So over here, I have, I want to say this is a cantaloupe, but I'm not even sure what this is, to be honest with you, but it produces some beautiful flowers. The flowers come on, the leaves come on, the flowers, and they eventually fall off, but they keep coming back. And then this one here is another tomato plant, and it's looking very sad. I don't know if you can see it, but it's looking like it's going to be very happy to get some of this fertilizer. So hopefully this thing perks up in the next day or so. This one here has not produced any fruit as of yet or shown signs of producing any bulbs for food, flowering, or anything. So this is the Rutgers heirloom tomato. So we're just waiting to see what this does. But so far, nothing yet. Okay, so I'm going to go outside and do the plants that I have out here, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm all done with the fish fertilizing, treating the roots, feeding the roots. So I'm going to take now my Epsom salt solution, Epsom salt and water, and I'm going to spray that on the leaves. And this is supposed to be good for foliage, you know, to give it that beautiful green color, and also it helps with, sometimes you get these little gnats that comes about, and this helps with that as well. You can either spray for the gnats Epsom salt and water, or you can spray a little vinegar and water, or also they say neem oil, which I do have some neem oil. You put this with a little bit of water, neem oil, and that's supposed to be good for the little bugs as well. So, because I'm having a problem with these little gnats in here. But this Epsom salt and water is good for the foliage of the plants. So hopefully this little baby here looks sick. Hopefully, but you can tell it is still, it has a lot of potential because you can see all of the new growth coming out, but it's just not producing anything yet or showing any signs of producing. But since we bought it as a baby, it has grown very tall. So it is growing, it just hasn't produced anything. So excited to see what happens with that. So I'm going to go to the other side and hit the other plants, spray the foliage down, and that's going to be that. Okay, so all of the plants have been fed. The roots have been fed. The leaves have been sprayed down, and hopefully when I come out tomorrow, I'll have some happy campers. But yeah, they say it's recommended that you treat them and you feed them at least every 2 to 3 weeks. This is my second time doing it, but so far so good. It seems like when they do get a dose, you can tell, and you can tell they start perking up. If they're drooping, they start perking up, and they look a lot better. And then also you can see it in the growth of the plants. So it does, I guess, help in production as well. So that's going to do it. Drop in the comments below what your preference is for feeding your plants, any tips and tricks that you may have to offer, and I will appreciate it, because as I mentioned, I'm learning and I don't mind taking any advice. So if this helped you at all, give us a thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe to our channel and grow with us. You too can sow and grow. All you need is some seeds, some soil, a pot, and some prayers, and you too can sow and grow. Okay, I just wanted to share with you guys some of the other organic plant foods that I have used thus far. So today I fed the plants with the fish fertilizer, and the brand is Harris. I've tried the Job's organic vegetable and tomato, the organic blood meal, and the garden lime, which all three of these are granular, which means that they're slow releasing, whereas the fish fertilizer is a direct release once it hits the roots. So this is more of an immediate food, where these are more slowly releasing. So I also have some earthworm casting, and as I mentioned, everything is organic. We are 100% organic, our garden. So I have not tried the earthworm casting as of yet, but what the earthworm casting is pretty much is earthworm poop. That's pretty much what it is. But what we've been doing is going out to the backyard when we get a good rain. We'll dig up an area and there's tons of earthworms, and we take those and just drop a few into our larger containers out there, because earthworms are really good for your garden. So just wanted to show you a few things that I'm using to feed my plants. And I hope this helps you. If you have some other options that you want to share, please do so in the comments. Like and subscribe to our channel and grow with us on this journey.